Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about alt. We're going to talk about the rest of the crypto and everything else. So as you can see, market is not looking so great, but Bitcoin is still holding very strong, just above 22.8. So we're looking for a possible support at 20 at the 21 EMA on a 6-hour basis or on the 8-hour basis. And if bulls basically do not break if bears do not break the 21 EMA, bulls most likely going to be try to retest the 24 and so on, right? However, we did talk about it like over the last 24 to 48 hour, like breaking below the 21 EMA on the 6-hour. It is going to be very bad for the bulls. Okay, it is going to be very bad. As you can see, market is selling off already, like over the last 24 hours and all of that good stuff. We take a look at your MACD, not looking so great. So it is like to wait for confirmation. Price closing below the 21 EMA going to come from the bearishness of the MACD. That's one of the best indicator to use. Is like, don't always go for a MACD crossing bearish, right? Especially when market is tapping out and all of that good stuff. Market can basically tap out, but doesn't drop right away. Okay, it's not gonna give you the sell off, or it's not gonna give you like the straight downtrend. Okay, it's gonna move sideways, retest the top for like multiple occasions, right, before following the your MACD. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but whenever you basically using your MACD, just wait for price action to confirm bearishness below your 21 EMA. Okay, that's it. Doesn't matter which time frame you're using, 2-day, 21, what daily, hourly, even down to the 15 minutes. You always want to wait, okay, for price action to get rejected, for the second time above the 21 EMA. Can even get rejected for the third time, by the 21 EMA before dropping low. Okay, what I mean is like it could drop right here and reverse right back up to the 21 EMA right there. Okay, and before retesting the 100 EMA, which is just about 20k area, right? But the sell-off is not confirmed yet, right? Even though we got a very bearish engulfing candle right there, and bulls bought the dip. Okay, that was kind of very scary. If you're a bear, they bought the dip very quickly. So we were bullish in this area. It's like once we got to that area, you gotta be cautious. You gotta either take profits or put your stop loss. But we were bullish right there. Okay, so we knew exactly we were gonna get some sort of support, but wasn't comfortable enough for a possible breakout right away. Okay, can it get a support right here and then break it, retest it, and go to the upside? That's possible. Okay, but if we close below it, below the 21 EMA and the 8-hour also 21 EMA, it is going to be very crucial over the next like a few hours for the bulls. Okay, let's just keep that in mind. All right. Hey, what's up, Robert? Thanks a lot for tuning in. What's up, Ali? We're going to check 0x. So if you have any alt you're looking to you want to check, just put it in the chat room so we can talk about those alt. So make sure to hit the likes, guys, and if you're new to our content, don't forget to subscribe, join our public Telegram group, link in the description. So we could see a BTC dropping, a BTC heavy price action overnight. I'm not sure if we're going to get it tonight. I don't want to give any time analysis, but we could see something crazy tonight. All right, we could see something crazy tonight, or at least over the next like 24 to 72 hours, right? So we're going to talk about the link 0x. Let me write it down so I don't forget. So link and 0x, all right, 0x. So let's take a look at the 2-day time frame, all right. So when we take a look at the 2-day time frame, it doesn't look that bad, okay. It doesn't seem like we're going to be dropping at all, really. If you take a look at it, we're just moving sideways, all right, over the last like 8 days almost. Okay, after this candle close, you can see like we just moving like in a term of like support and resistance, right? So rejection, support, rejection, support, rejection. So nothing has been confirmed yet. So on the macro scale, once again, this could be even a bull flag on a 2-day basis. So that's why we just have to be cautious, because just because like we're expecting a drop down to the 8-hour 100 EMA doesn't mean necessarily a reversal. Once again, on a 2-day basis, I said it in my short-term analysis, right? If you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna put a put a link on the top right corner so you can watch it later on, right? So one of the best reversal pattern for BTC is like, when you get your 2-day 21 EMA, price below your 2-day 21 EMA and MACD already crossing bearish. All right, that's one of the most efficient BTC top formation. You're not going to catch the top, right? You're not looking to catch the top. You're just looking to see if market going to be reversing. That's all you need to know. That's all it is telling you. So if you're bullish right there, you got a plenty of chance to be bullish. I mean, you got a plenty of right to be bullish if that's your strategy. You cannot say, oh, I was wrong because this was the top. No, it is saying, okay, price has to be below right there your 21 EMA, just like right here. Okay, yes, you're gonna incorporate your Elliott waves, your other indicators on a lower degree and all of that good stuff, but this is, it is gonna give you at least a 40 to 60% chance to spot the top or the reversal. Okay, that's how we spotted it also right here, even though we were very bearish right there, like 10K. But this one we basically said this is close, this is a flipping bullish, so we just have to suck it up. Okay, yeah, so on the macro scale wise, the top could be in, but reversal might not be in yet. You see what I'm saying? Because for instance, 24K could be the top, right? But it might not be the straight sell-off you're going to be looking for. It could be dropping in a 3-way move down and reverse back up to 0.618, right? But not going to break the top, right? And then it's going to capitulate down and so on, right? Just like what we got back in 2019 at 14K. If you take a look at it right here, right, we did drop in a 3-way move on a lower degree right there, retest the 21 EMA on a 2-day basis. After that, what we did, market structure, right, decided to pump right back up to like a 0.786. Okay, and as you can see, you're gonna be like, okay, that's a second retest of after the retest of the 21 EMA. We did not break it, so the top could be in. Okay, so now you're gonna start looking for your WXY, your basically your other indicators. As you can see, we even broke it right here on a bigger pattern, which is also a 3-way move, right? Bang, that's pretty bearish. What happened next? A 3-way move pullback. Okay, so, and you're creating at the same time lower highs, right? That's actually very bearish. Okay, so price action below 21 EMA. Okay, MACD already crossing bearish. You're creating lower lows, lower highs. That's a good recipe for a possible down, continuation to the downside, right? So hopefully that makes sense. We could see, we could possibly, okay, it is not guaranteed, right? We're gonna see it, but something to keep an eye on, okay, just in case sucker doesn't doesn't break 24, so we know exactly what to look for. So another area of interest regarding price action is like this key area right here, right, at just about like a 19.5 to the bottom, right? Just about like a 16.5, right? It is going to be a very, very important key level to keep an eye on, right? So if we drop down here, we could see some heavy price action. Okay, might not even break it quickly. Okay, the three-way move down could be somewhere around here, right? And then we're going to get another three-way move down to retest 0.786 or even 0.618, depending on price action, volatility, and all of that good stuff. So it is going to be a good area of interest over the next like a few days if we see any panic selling and all of that good stuff. All right. Loopring, Zilliqa, Ether, Link. I think LRC, right? Yeah, of course we're gonna talk about Ether. So Alt BTC, they not looking so great. So, but let's see, most of them already broke March lows, right? March lows. So that's pretty overextended to the downside, right? So, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. I think like we're gonna get alt season. I think the best thing to do is like either dollar cost average or whenever they drop like 25 to 30%, you add to your position. You just don't want to be buying like every 5% drop, okay? Stuff like that. So because you just don't know where the bottom is if you're not basically doing any charting. I mean, even if you're doing charting, you're not looking for the exact bottom. You're just looking for the reversal, okay? You're just looking for the market to move to the upside and all of that good stuff. So now let's take a look at BTC on a 3 weeks chart, right? So if you take a look at BTC on a 3 weeks chart, so I haven't talked about the 3 weeks chart over the last 3 weeks, right? So reason why we didn't talk about it was like the 50-day candle. I was waiting for the 50-day chart, right? The 50-day candle to close, right? Sucker close bullish, and waiting for this sucker to close also. Sucker close engulfingly, okay? So the current candle we making right now, it is not going to be a 3 weeks candle. It is only going to be like this candle started on the 23rd, started yesterday. It is only going to be like 8 days candle. So it is pretty much going to be low, could possibly, okay, be a low volatility candle, okay, maybe 10, 15, maximum 15%, right? Drop, stuff like that, right? But not a 60 or 80% drop, stuff like that, right? Kind of like the March low right here. I don't think we're gonna get it within the next like a few days, right? Because I mean, I'm not saying we won't get it, but I'm not expecting it. Okay, if it happens, great, but I'm not expecting like this 7-day candle, okay, the last candle of the year, to be like a very capitulative. Okay, it could set the tone for a future downtrend, right? That's possible, but it could be just sitting right there all the way down to 20k and so on, right? Which is basically what we're expecting down to the roughly around like 100 EMA on the 8-hour, right? So if you take a look at it, also the 3 weeks chart, why it is so important is like the only time, okay, we got a bearish engulfing candle on the macro scale, and BTC decided to pump and reverse was like this one, okay, and back then right here, okay, these are the only two. Okay, we basically see a very, very bad engulfing bearish 3 weeks chart, and BTC reversed. Okay, everything else we got, no, this one wasn't, okay, so this one was not, it's just retested the low, right? So it is very, very uncommon, right, to see a bearish top formation and BTC ignored it. Okay, it is not common. Okay, so but we got one right here, we ignored it, so we're gonna need another one, okay, somewhere around here. Okay, but this candle only gonna be 7 days, so I don't think like we're gonna wipe out all the last 3 weeks gain in 7 days before end of the year, but let's see. Okay, but if that's the case, that's going to be very bearish. So we're gonna need like the first 3 weeks of January, right? The next candle gonna start like after this red one, next one gonna start like January 1st. So from January 1st to January 20th, right, it could be pretty volatile. Okay, it could be pretty volatile, because we talk about it on the 50-day cycle. All right, so it is quite interesting, right? We said regarding the 50-day cycle, we said you know, you can see like the October 28th, right there. This one was also October 28th, right? October 28th right there, right? You got another one right here, another one, that's April, blah blah blah, October right there, right? All right, so if we go back, let's say we go back to 20 all the way down to like 2013 also, right? It did apply to it right here. Okay, you got October 2015. You got one right here. Okay, so when you take a look at the October 28th 50-day candle, right? What does it tell us is like every single candle, okay, every single October 28th candle, price action has to basically retrace and retest it. Okay, so what does it mean? It means, okay, you take a look at this October 2013, right? Price action, okay, it was a very bullish candle, but guess what? Price did dip all the way down and retest at least 50% of it right there. Okay, we even got one right here. So you can see like the October 2015 similarly. Okay, after the pump, what happened was like price dipped 50% and retest the body candle of the October 28th, which is also the same price level of the October a year ago, right? Like October 2013, right? So 2 years actually, right? Yeah. So, and you take a look at the October 2017, right? This 2017 bull run. What happened was like we closed exactly at 20K roughly, right? Give or take. You can see like price action. What we did was like we actually wiped out everything. Okay, all the all the gains within that 50 days, right? Candle got wiped out. So if you notice well, 6K area was not a coincidence, all right? It was exactly the 50-day open back in October 2017, right? You can see like that's one of the reasons also we could not break on the macro scale. We couldn't break, you know, 6K area, and we've been, you know, moving sideways from like roughly, you know, January all the way up to like October also before we capitulated down. So you take a look at these two candles, they moving in opposite direction, bang and bang, and both of them like what, 1 year apart, right? October 2017, and this one was like October 2018, right? So you go back to the current price action right here. You know, we did drop down from like just about like 10K, right? After the 40% pump, we did drop down. However, you can see like price action at least, okay, pump, reverse back up 50% of the October candle. Okay, so now the candle we got right now is like right here. Okay, not right now, but the last 50-day candle right here. We're gonna expect like BTC at some point to retest 50% of the you know, October 2020, right? 50-day candle right here. Okay, candle open October 28th and close like December 15, right there, December 15 actually. So we're gonna expect at some point, not sure, okay, if this candle gonna do it or like the next 50-day candle gonna have to basically apply the same rule and dip at least 50%, right? Don't know how high we're gonna go as of now, looking at the 50-day cycle, right? But we just estimating, okay, let's say 24 is the top and we close just about like 24 to 25 range or even 22. The next candle gonna dip down here. Okay, that's just something like if we see it, we're not gonna be surprised. Not saying it is gonna play out, but if we ever see like a BTC dropping down to a 16K on a macro scale, 15K, we know exactly what's going on. Okay, and the same range, you take a look at it, it is just about right here, the same range. If you take a look at it, right, not even like on weekly basis, but if you take a look at it, that's the weekly 21 EMA. Okay, if I zoom out on a 50-day cycle, right, if this area is the top, 50% of this candle, it doesn't matter where is the top, right, but 50% of the 50-day candle going to be the weekly 21 EMA as of now. Okay, and you don't expect like weekly price action to hit the weekly 21 EMA on a dot. It's going to fluctuate, right? So it could be like within 3 to 5% range. Balancer. Man, I haven't heard from Kin forever. Kin coin. We're going to take a look at XRP. We're going to take a look at XRP later on. So now, let's take a look at BTC on a weekly basis. We talked about the basically a 50-day candle, the 21-day candle. We talked about the 2-day, 6-hour, 8-hour, and all of that good stuff. The quarterly time frame, nothing to say. It could just stay in this range. Even a close below like 20K on a quarterly basis, it's not going to change anything about the macro scale closing above 20K. Okay, so like that's why I'm saying like the capitulation it might not happen like over the next like 4 to 6 months. I'm not saying it will, once again, right? But looking at the quarterly chart, right, unless we wiped out everything in one like very quickly, but the capitulation we could be getting might not be like in a 1 week time frame and stuff like that, right? As you can see, like the quarterly chart back in 2017, it took like 1 year to wipe everything down. Okay, the 40, not the 40% pump, but the 14K pump, it took almost what, you got 9 months to wipe everything out, right? So you got 1 year, 9 months. This could be 6 months. Okay, if you basically apply the same rate. I'm not saying it will, but if that's the case, right, we could see like a 6 month wipe, wiping down all the gains in 6 months and stuff like that. But once again, as long as BTC is going to be above the 21 EMA on a weekly basis, sucker could be in a bull market. That's why I try to explain to you on a 2-day basis. You have to pay attention to it. It is not telling you we're going to be dipping. It's only telling you it's time for you to be cautious. Okay, it's time for you to be cautious and be ready for anything. Okay, BTC 25K end of the year, 250K. Hey, what's up, K? Clay. So it is very crucial, right? It is very crucial, but it is what it is. Okay, you just have to play it how you want it, right? You don't have to don't listen to what Send Crypto says, right? Just play safe and act accordingly based on your personal experience and judgment. Okay, so but I'm just gonna tell you my opinion, right? So you do whatever you want, right? So yeah, but right now it is very easy to say market gonna be dropping when market is going up, right? And at the same time, it is easy to say we're gonna keep going up. But if you got a perfect strategy, not perfect, but a good working strategy based on reversal and top formation, you just go by it. And I already showed you what I'm gonna go by. And as long as we do not get it, the macro bull, it is still in play until we basically until we basically see something different. We're gonna be not something different until we basically see exactly what we want to see. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum before we talk about XRP, because XRP, guys, I'm not going to sit right here telling you about XRP BTC pairing. It is something like I've been, saying like for over a year. Okay, so it is not something like you can go ahead and take a look at, like in the entire crypto space. Only Cent Crypto was saying like XRP going to hit 1,000 sats, 500 to 1,000, and I just made a video like back in back in May. So if you just look it up like XRP to 1,000, you write XRP to 1,000, Cent Crypto, the video gonna pop out, right? So I mean that was a macro view, and I said it in the video, like it is not something like you're gonna be expecting like next week. So it is a macro view. Could take a year. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Ether BTC is also falling. So Ether BTC, it is giving us a very, very powerful top formation pattern. This pattern also we use it back in 2019, right here, right there on XRP, right? If we go ahead and take a look at XRP. If you go ahead and take a look at XRP, we use it back then, right here, okay? Right here we use it. We also use it on Link back in 2019, yes. Use it on Link and call for Link reversal, and Link did the same thing again, right? So if we go back to Ethereum, even though Ethereum doesn't have any resistance, like you cannot see the structure until like the structure is created, right? But we don't have any resistance like from 670 to 800 range. So if the structure fails to be what we expecting it to be, right? It could basically pump up, right? But let's take a look at it. The structure is very, very powerful. I did not expect to see the structure. All I was saying is like the bullish this flat correction right here, right? And a continuation, yes, right? We did get the continuation, but we said exactly in our premium, right? 670 to 675 going to be what? It is going to be temporary resistance, and the temporary resistance dropped all the way down to our basically 577 to basically 590 secondary support, right? Secondary support was right there, and we basically even like dipped down to the 2-day 2-1 EMA, right? Was trying to front run it. That's why I said like a 577 to a 590. Now we holding very strongly at the 2-1 EMA. If you notice well, that's what we're waiting for BTC to do, right? Break below the 2-1 EMA. So Ether breaking below the 2-1 EMA, right there, could trigger more selling pressure to the downside. So, and this area of just about like 620 to a 675 going to be the new resistance before $800, okay? Because remember, I said it, we do not have any resistance up to 800 right there. So can market structure create a new one? Absolutely, it can, but it is not guaranteed, right? It is not guaranteed like this area going to be a new resistance, because if sucker do something like this, right, it's not going to be like a strong resistance, but it is going to be a support, right? Because it's going to dip back down to retest it, right? So let's just keep that in mind. So Ether temporarily bearish because of this structure, right? It should just wick down and pump right back up, but it is spending too much time playing around and all of that good stuff, right? So if we break below, I'm already bearish on Ether short term, But if we break the 2-day 21 EMA strongly, we got like nearly 48 hours, right? 48 hours to close the current 2-day candle. So we got plenty of time, okay? Not in rush. Not in rush, okay? We got plenty of time. So, and next support area to look to the downside, you can either, okay, just pay attention to the last wave, or you can pay attention to your entire wave. If you're assuming like Ether is tapping out macro wise, you could, you know, look for 236, which is exactly at you know, your 2-day 100 EMA, which is like 411 to 420 area. That's very possible, but it has, once again guys, it has to confirm it. It has to confirm it for you to be confident that you're gonna get it, right? Because the trend is not reversing yet, okay? It is just, it could be tapping out, but it's not reversing. As you can see, we got a, you know, a top formation right here, but we did not reverse. We did not reverse, okay? We basically making an ending diagonal, right? Possibly, right? I mean, XRP is likely to drop below 20 cents if we break the support area of 22, because 22 to 26 was like a accumulation just above the 211 EMA over the, I mean, for like almost 7-8 weeks, okay? So, and as soon as we broke above 27, was like a moonshot, right? So, we will take a look at XRP. So we're done with Ethereum. We know exactly what we're looking for. On the lower degree right here, of course, it did break below the 8-hour 21 and 8-hour 100 EMA right here. So you can see like pushback up, got rejected. What happened right there? We already got the bearish crossover. So pushback up, got rejected by the 21. So now secondary support, if it fails, right, to hold, okay, it is most likely going to do this, okay? But lower degree is basically developing a slower bearish momentum, okay? A slow bearish momentum. So let's see, okay? But this range of 585 up to 595, right, could be potentially a resistance area, right, for the bulls. To try to break this key area, okay? So this entire zone right here is a potential bear territory, okay? And I'm with it, okay? I'm with the bears for now, all right? No, I don't mean like XRP. I know we broke 22, but I meant like you know, we have to trade below it. It just it picked back up quickly, so it's back up 28. So I think like, man, it's best thing to do, at least for me, right? Stay away from trading XRP and watch what's gonna happen, right? If you're looking to buy the dip, you know exactly what to look for, okay? Support 22, 16, 10, 6. Those are the support level to look for. It's pretty easy, okay? You don't have to do anything, okay? You don't have to do anything. So support is 22 to 6, 22 to 6, 22 to 26, right? You got 16 next support, right? You got 10, and after 10 you know exactly what to look for. You got 6 cents macro buy order right here, like a lifetime buy orders right there, okay? So all these target can get hit, okay? I don't think like it's gonna be in one go. Like tomorrow we drop all the way down to 6 cents. I don't think that's going to be possible, but who knows, okay? But I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow expecting XRP at 6 cents, right? Even though it is a macro picture, I said it could take months, all right? So all you need to do is just buy, you know, a lot of positions, right? A lot of position all the way down, okay? So you can get the other spikes to the upside, right? All of that good stuff. So So once again, guys, I'm not saying we're gonna get there, but all I'm saying is we've been calling for it, so I'm mentally ready for it. If you're not, great, okay? But when XRP was at, right there, we did take the long, right? And when it was right there, I said, guys, it was a nice run, but let's just not get overexcited, because if we do not break this key area, right, and on the macro scale, right, we do drop back down below the weekly not weekly but monthly 21 EMA, sucker could be in big trouble. Okay, it could be in big trouble, and it is not like something I did not warn you about, right? Everybody was telling you XRP gonna go to $100 and all of that. Yes, myself. Okay, I said if we keep going, sky is the limit. Okay, we can go all the way up to $50. However, the potential to the downside is there. It is not something like we can ignore, right? So just because we're expecting something BTC to go up to like $1 million doesn't mean BTC is not gonna crash 50%. You see what I'm saying? Same thing. If BTC can crash 50%, XRP can crash 80%, right? What's the deal? Okay, so you see like the macro view right here. So if you take really pay attention to the macro view, you should not even be worried about like anything else but two key areas, right? Which is 13 to 11 cents and all the way down to 6 cents. That's it. These are the two key area on the macro scale. Can we double bottom at 50% just like what Ethereum and Litecoin did and not going to break all the way down to 6 cents? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. That's very possible, right? What kind of chance we got to do that? It is very high. Okay, it is very high. So let's just wait to see, okay, if like we can retest this big buy order, 11 to 13, and if we break it, we know exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, we know exactly what we're gonna do. So let's just keep that in mind, right? I mean, if Bitcoin if Bitcoin goes up, that's why you gotta pay attention to XRP BTC, right? So if we go back to XRP BTC, so if we go back to XRP BTC, what we said, right? So XRP BTC, as you can see, I gave you guys a macro view, like back in May, okay, late May, right? I showed you what? I showed you XRP quarterly chart. Nobody talks about XRP quarterly chart, man. Only Send Crypto does, right? So I showed you XRP quarterly chart. And I was like, if you take a look at XRP quarterly chart, right, back then was like May, okay, like this quarter right here. And I was like, if you take a look at XRP, it doesn't have any as Bitstamp. Let's go ahead and Poloniex. So I was like, if you take a look at XRP quarterly chart, back then XRP was right there just by, I think, like 2000, something like that, 24. I can't remember exactly. I have to watch the video again, right? I was like, the likelihood, okay, of XRP dropping where, guys? Take a look at it. Go watch the video, okay? 500 to 1000 sats is very high. Take a look at it. We dropped all the way down to like roughly 901, guys. And I was like, we can drop all the way down, guys, to 500 sats. And I was like, okay, the resistance to the upside, you can see it right there. We have to break above like the 21 EMA, above like 3500 sats and all of that good stuff. So And one thing I did mention also is like XRP going to be very, very explosive at some point, right? Down the road, right? So we could possibly create a head and shoulder pattern formation. So I told you guys all of this good stuff like 6 months ago. So when everybody was telling you like we're gonna go to zero or we're gonna go to the moon, right? We could get this potential head and shoulder pattern formation and drop right back down and then go to the moon, right? So this is it is a very powerful pattern. Not sure if XRP gonna do it, but have it under, just keep an eye on it basically, all right? So, and but that's a quarterly chart, so don't expect it like to play out this year. So it only means like if we buy here, we gotta, versus BTC, if XRP shoot up to the upside to 10,000, right? We gotta sell. We have to sell. Okay, we have to sell. And can it go higher? Yes. Okay, it can go all the way up to like 18,000 sats, right? But you have to take profits where 10,000. So that's like 10x move within the next like a few quarters. Okay, within the next few quarters. Can it be one candle? Yes. Okay. So I said it, guys. I told you back in May. So you can go back and check it out. You can go back and check out what I said regarding XRP quarterly chart. And nobody talks about XRP quarterly chart, man. No one does. Okay, only send crypto. Any scenario, it could spike up to anything can happen, right? But let's see. Okay, give it like a few more days. XRP to zero. I didn't say that. Somebody's saying it. My work is saying like XRP going to zero, guys. So guys, you gotta remember one thing. Back in March, most people have been panicking, right? When market crashed. It is already December. Market is crashing. Next December, market, even before next December, market gonna be very, very green. Okay. So best thing to do, you guys know I'm the biggest bear, but gotta take advantage of these big drops. I think like XRP gonna rebound. It is not financial advice, right? But it is at it is at the bottom. So right now, even waiting for like 600 and all of that good stuff might be like being greedy because it already hit 900. Okay. You might want to let it cool off on a daily basis, right? Let it cool off for a few more days, move sideways and all of that good stuff, and then you're gonna be buying every 10% drop and all of that. Okay, all the way down to 500, every 100 sats basically. Can it go to zero? It's hard to say, but let's see. All right. Best thing to do is not like be overexposed. Just buy and don't be overexposed. Hey, what's up, Earl? Hello, Gavana. Hey, what's up, Earl Wallace? Mr. Zilika Kumba. So now let's go ahead and take a look at a channel link. So the link. So we're gonna talk about Link on the macro scale first, but Link doesn't have enough history for us to talk about it on the macro scale. But we're just gonna try. So the only thing we can say about Link is like we already got a double crossover on our weekly time frame. That's like it's not good at all, right? So, and also we already breaking a bearish on our 2-day time frame, as you can see right here, but price did not want to basically drop below the 21 EMA. You can see like we've been creating a sort of like a bear flag, and I was looking for a retest of 16. I was not looking for a break below it, but you can see like it just capitulated down. So in one go, can it still drop? Yes, it can still drop, because this move was like now a bear flag, a sort of a WXYX correction below the resistance. So we could be going on a macro wise, right? We could be going all the way down to 50% pullback, okay, which is like 5.2. Okay, that's going to be the next area of a heavy buying pressure, right? And it is most likely going to reverse back up, either back to 7.2 or even up to like a $10. So link strong buy territory going to be just about like a $5. Okay, if it dumped to a $5, get rejected just about like a $7 to $8, most likely we're gonna see a $350 link. All right, but don't count on it. I'm not saying it will. All right, all I'm saying is, not saying like it's gonna play out like this, okay, like that, or like this, okay. What I'm saying is we're gonna get a very strong support right here, and then we're gonna take a look at it. We might not even be breaking it. We could, depending on the structure right here, it could just double bottom, and then we're gonna go to the moon, right? So, but one thing we just have to keep in mind is like this area of 236. Okay, we got 382 right there, and 50% pullback. You just have to wait for it. It is going to be a very most likely a very good entry, right? Second entry going to be 377. All right, so just about average 4.5, right? If if a market decides to capitulate, as you can see on the weekly, I just showed you, we already got a bearish crossover, second bearish crossover on our MACD. That's a very, very strong statement, okay? On a 7-day basis, that's a very, very strong statement, okay? And what would it take like to reverse the price and not having to retest $5? It doesn't take a lot to do that. We just have to break out above $16. That's it. That's all we need to do. We got a big reversal candle right here. So if sucker can basically ignore the bears and break above this resistance area, it's gonna, the structure gonna look ugly, but it could just be a double bottom and sucker could be mooning. Okay, so in order to stay bullish, we gotta pump above this range, okay, of depending on the time zone, right, time frame. It could be even $10, okay, depending how we're gonna be doing this. Okay, if we want to do it in a triangular formation, descending triangle, right, like that could be like, could do this, right? That's possible, right? So that's why I'm saying that's a macro, because you just don't know how linear the drop going to be. Sometimes you might be expecting link to drop from $20 to 50% pullback, $5. Yes, you're gonna be right, okay, but your timing could be delayed, right? So link gonna get into a descending triangle and then gonna give you the move down, right? So if you're a short-term trader, link dropping down to 1050 to $5 might not be something you're going to be looking for. You might want to look for like a retest of A3, and if we break A3 strongly, then you're going to be looking for this move, right? But if you're a longer term trader, you might be like, okay, I'm still going to wait. Okay, it is still moving sideways. The trend is not impulsive. As you can see, it is just corrective. If you go back to BTC back in 2018, right, same thing. And people had to wait like a year. BTC is back up to back up to 23,000. So you can see like right here, when after we got this drop, BTC been moving sideways for like what, for almost a year. Okay, that's February all the way up to like almost November, like 9 months, right? So before the dump. So if you, most people knew, okay, most people have been calling for 3K. Most people have been calling for 3K right here, but they just had to wait till November for the capitulation, right? Break below the, 100 EMA on a weekly basis before they get the, retest of the 50-day candle opening, right? Back in October 2017. So let's go back to Link. I think that's it for Link, man. So let's go ahead and take a look at a ZRX. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Link BTC, because Link BTC is extremely bearish. I talk about it like, you see, that's why it is so important, like, to pay attention to the your Fibonacci and your macro wise macro picture, right? As you can see, Link, right, just hit 50% pullback versus BTC. 382 was right here, 50% pullback, just about 33,000. Okay, so and next fib level to pay attention to going to be just about right here. You're looking at like 20,000 sats Link. So another possible 50% drop versus BTC. Okay, are we gonna retest it? That's possible, but I don't think it's gonna be linear. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's already linear, so we could see like some sideways correction, right? We could see. So, and I said it when Link was like almost 54,000 last week. So OMG, BTC looks pretty bad also. Popcorn, hey, what's up, Popcorn? Want to talk about Litecoin? Let's go ahead and take a look at LTC before we go back to so Litecoin weekly basis doesn't look bad so far. The only thing that is looking bad for Litecoin is like the lower degree, but even down to the daily, for some reason Litecoin got a mixed signal, right, which is like bullishness and bearishness. So daily, that's a bull flag really. On if you take a look at the daily, even though we just got an engulfing candle, that's a bull flag, holding very strong at $100, right? That's what we've been expecting, like Litecoin 95 to 105 support. It's still not breaking it. Okay, so to me, Litecoin got a very crazy signal right now. Let's take a look at it on a 2-day basis. On a 2-day basis, a quite bearish pattern. Yeah, on a 2-day basis, we could say, hey, we should be worried right now. Okay, with this big rejection, 90% engulfing candle right here, big rejection. So if Litecoin doesn't break just about like 110 to like 115 on a 2-day basis and close above like 120, that it could be in trouble on a on a 2-day basis, right? But daily basis is still bullish, so which is kind of so even down to the 12-hour price action still getting support, right? On the 8-hour we did cross bearish right here. So let's see how BTC is going to be playing out over the next like a few hours, and we're gonna see if Litecoin is going to be breaking out below this support area of 105 to 95. It is a very strong support area, so let's see. But support level to look for to the downside, it is going to be just about 71, right? Low 70s, temporary support. Upside target for Litecoin hasn't changed yet to the upside 137, right? 137 right there. That's the upside upside target, which is like June 2019 high. Okay, June 2019 high. But as of now, I wouldn't be leverage trading heavily Litecoin as we're getting a mixed signal, because Litecoin is crazy. It can pump while the rest of the market is dumping, like XRP used to do. So just don't. I mean, I'm not advising you to do anything, but all I'm saying is just take it slow, okay? But on the 8 hour, it is not that incredible. Only daily looks nice, right? On net bull flag. XRP more down or more up? Let's see what XRP gonna give us. So let's go back to 0x. Is it USDT? So it broke support right here, 0x, in a 3-wave pattern. Most crypto right now are saw the pattern right here, but the big alt, they did ignore it. Like what it is, like you guys know, whenever I see a flat correction, on the downside I'm bearish, on the upside I'm bullish, right? What I mean by that, right? When market structure, okay, gives you a big dump, okay, and it's gonna pump back up, come on buddy, it's gonna pump back up, it's gonna drop, and it's gonna pump back up, okay, this is my signature pattern, okay, I love it, okay, whenever I see it, I'm automatically bearish, okay, if it is to the upside, right, if it is to the upside, right, we get this, you get this, you get that, you get that, right? But most of the time what I do, I say, hey, sucker could be going up, right? Not down, but up, right? So I saw it on Litecoin, I saw it on Ether, I saw it on Bitcoin Cash, and on BNB, but all those suckers, right, they gave me a false signal. They pumped to the top. So I was like, okay, if the big alt gonna be ignoring the bearish structure, the smaller alt could possibly take a cheap shot and basically retest like a late November highs. That was my thought process, right? Even though I should have gone with my initial bear setup, but did not basically see like alt capitulating right away, okay? But you can see like they did capitulate. But the thing I'm trying to tell you is, like, you can see right here, right, we got this bearish double bottom, double top, flat correction. What happened next? You basically continue to the downside. Drop, we got this move, we got that move, right? We continue, we drop into the downside. It can still drop, so wait for a divergence, right? Somewhere around here. You just don't know how low it's gonna drop. I don't have any target for it, but wait for at least a divergence. Okay, wait for a could be ending diagonal, could be anything, right? But wait for a divergence on your 8 hour to 6 hour, which means price action gonna do this and do that on your RSI, and you could get a double crossover. So you got a long way to go on with 0x, right? Possibly. If you're a long-term trader, I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. It is at double bottom, so you just wait for a divergence. Okay, kind of like exactly what we did right here. Didn't even notice it. Right there, okay? You got your small divergence right here, and then sucker pumped, triangular formation, pump. So it is on the downside right now. So LRC loop ring, I was watching it yesterday, and sucker dumped to like, I think 14 cents. Let's double check. Yeah, 14 cents. I was watching the wedge pattern, but I was so busy yesterday, so I did not short it. But when sucker was when it, I think like a couple of days ago, when it broke out right here, so I was watching this area, so it dropped down to like a 13 cents, which is just 0.888. So if I take out everything, let's check it on the 2-day basis. On a 2-day basis, doesn't look too healthy, right? So we might want to look for a new trend line support, which is right there and right here. So keep an eye on looping. A breakout to the downside, it is going to retest like 80% of this move, which is somewhere around here. Let's just do our fib retracement. The thing is, right, sucker did already drop down to 50% and pump back up to like a 236. So next level to look for is not 0.618. It is going to be just about 9 cents to like 88 cents, okay, which is like 786 to 888, right? That's what I would look for if you spot buying it, right? You know, it is pretty clear, okay? It can only go one way. It is either going to the downside or going to the upside, right? Balancer bar did take a dip last night, I think like 11 cents, right? 11 cents, yeah. So bar took a dip, a nice double bottom. Sell volume on Binance, not that incredible. It's like the only thing we got on the 2-day basis is like MACD crossing bearish. We got a nice wedge, not wedge, but trend resistance to pay attention to. It should already retest at 0.618. So it is double bottoming at 0.618. Okay, it is double bottoming at 0.618. I think we talked about bar like last week, right? When it was like, you know, at 0.618, we said it is at, you know, give it a shot, right? It is at 0.618, right? So it is back down to it. If it breaks it, that's it, guys. Sucker could be not going to the moon, right? So, and level to look for is like, just be patient, right? Be patient with it. That's it. You don't have to buy the bottom. You just have to be patient with it, right? Oh, Zilliqa sucker pump to like Zil. Let's check out Zil BTC, because I don't usually look at Zil USD. Zil BTC sucker is double tapping right now. It is still a hold, right? If you still holding Zilliqa, to me it is still a hold, right? We are looking for a double bottom right here, just about this red zone, 105 to 85. It hit like 117, pump right back up. So did hit the accumulation zone, did not dip all the way in, right, to the primary buy range, right? But it did dump all the way down to like 116 when, you know, when it was like 270 to 80. That's what, you know, that's what we've been saying, okay? 105 to 85. But pump right back up. And I showed you last week, and I was like, okay, if we break this key area, look for 0.618, right? 786 and 888, right? I just delete the layout, but it is there. So right now it is double tapping. It is still a hold. It is quite dangerous right now to hold it, but structure wise, I mean, structure wise, it looks nice, okay? It could fail to break the top right here, but we know we got a resistance, you know, up to 600, okay, which is the previous flat correction we created back in you know, April 2019, before the capitulation. Okay, so I was pretty big on Zilliqa back then, still big on Zilliqa. I just don't talk about it every day, right? But it is still a hold. That's the key word, right? Until we capitulate, right? Kin coin. Let's take a look at Kin. Oh man, that. Let's take a look at Kin BTC. This coin is still not on Binance, so it doesn't have enough history. I mean, it does have history, it just doesn't have enough volume. Man, I can do anything with this, man. I can do anything with this sucker. I mean, I can't even see the chart, man. Something wrong with my computer or something. Oh man, I can see nothing. Let me try to switch layout. Yeah, I think it's on Kin, man. That's it. So I don't know why how I got into Wi-Fi, but oh my gosh. So Wi-Fi might give us a big problem right here if we're gonna be in a bear market, because sucker could be coming instead of here. It could be coming all the way down here. Okay, but let's see. I don't want to speculate too much right now. But we did break the trend line at 17. I haven't watched it for a while, so I drew this like maybe a couple of weeks ago and did not come back to it. So OMG, Kyber Network, KNC. So OMG chart doesn't look so beautiful, okay? Temporarily, it is not, okay? So as you can see, like I've been watching OMG. I've been watching OMG BTC, right? So sometimes like you cannot make these macro calls because people don't think like gonna think like you're crazy when you make these calls like OMG gonna retrace 100%, right? But it could even break this, 7,000 area. Okay, nothing is saying it cannot, because you take a look at the curvature of our MACD, it looks pretty strong. Okay, that's a 3-day time frame, not even 2-day time frame, and we already got a bearish cross down. Okay, hit exactly 0.888, and we could be dipping down all the way down. Okay, I was anticipating, like I think this one was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was anticipating a 30% drop versus BTC. So that's why I stay away from long in it. And sucker was just right here, somewhere around here. Okay, like 11, something like that, right? So just be careful with this sucker, because I mean, when they go up, okay, they're just gonna say goodbye. Okay, when they're dropping, they're just gonna say, what did you think? Okay, I'm gonna do, right? Do you think I'm just gonna keep going up? But right here, if we break this key area, I just don't want to do a 1.41 extension to the downside. It could be some very, very low numbers, right? So best thing to do to me is like be in BTC. If you are trading like OMG BTC, is like just be in BTC and wait for OMG to settle down. I mean, even if you have to buy it at the same price again versus BTC, it is still better than try to hold it versus BTC and sucker drop all the way down to like, I hope not, okay? I hope not, but This level is almost like what, 500 sats? No way. This level is almost 500 sats. So that's what the fib is saying. If we break the support area, it could drop 90% versus BTC, because we just don't have any support below it. Okay, most of the time what I do is like look for 1.27 to 1.41. okay, and right now it is 10,000. okay, right now it's 10,000 to 500. That's a 95% drop, right? So yeah, it's not, but it might not be that way. So let's see what type of support we're gonna get at 7,000 first before we speculate about breaking support area back in May, stuff like that, right? So let's check out OMG USD. So OMG USD next buy zone, 50% pullback, temporary buy zone, right? We breaking we broke 2.6, right, to 2.7, which is like 382 pullback. And you take a look at why I was very worried over the last 3 days or so with BNB OMG, right? It was like this flat correction. Okay, that's why I did not try to long it at all, because I saw like if we break this 382, whenever like market breaks 382, guys, you don't want to short the first retest. Okay, second retest depend. Okay, sometimes it's just gonna bounce back up and try to retest the double top right here. But the third retest, if it breaks it, don't try to be bullish on it and say, oh, I'm gonna buy the dip. Look for the next fib level. Okay, you might not understand like a structure wise this type of structure, but breaking below 382, you don't have any chance, okay, of a reversal until you retest like the next fib level. Okay, 50% is not even like guaranteed you're gonna get a reversal, but sometimes you're gonna get reversal back to 382. Okay, and I can show you on Ether BTC. So when I was talking about Ether BTC retesting down to a 50% pullback was like long time ago. Okay, it was long time ago, and you can see like Ether did not quite hit 50% pullback exactly, but you can see like as soon as we broke this key level, we dropped down here, tried to retest 50%, bounce right back up. Okay, 382 did not pump back up to the previous one, so 50% tried to pump right back up. And now, as you can see in my premium group, we said like Ether gonna be dropping down to 0.618. Okay, let me see something really quick. So if you take a look at Ether, that's what I was expecting exactly, right? Right here, you can see that's the move right here. Okay, that's the move. The second wave. Okay, this could be wave 1. That's 2. That could be 3, 4, and 5, right? right there, but this could be like the third wave. Okay, so you can see like it dropped. Okay, it dropped all the way down to a 50% pullback. But what I was just showing you, like sometimes they go all the way back up to 236. Okay, especially if 382 did not retest 236. Sometimes 50% pullback can retest 236, and we're expecting like 0.618 right now, which is just about like 0.023 ether. Okay, and all of these analysis, it is not something like we just talking about right now. It is like you know, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so if I showed you right now what we okay, so ether, you can see it right here. This was like back in October October 30th. Okay, it's almost 2 months ago. Okay, when we said and ether was where ether was like at 0.023. We said we're gonna drop down to 50% pullback. We're gonna pump back up to 382, but ether got, you know, pumped overextendedly up to like 0.031, and we're gonna drop down to 0.023. So these are, you know, they're not macro analysis, but it is something like we exactly figured out like long time ago. And right now most people are going to be panicking if you weren't ready for this dump and all of that good stuff, right? So, and also we talk about how we also wait for the 2-day MACD to cross, you know, to basically to shift bullish, right? As you can see, 2-day MACD is not shifting bullish yet. Okay, it did pump bullish, right? But you understand what's going on. It was only a retest of the 382 right there. So right now we're going to be in big trouble, right? Because we just have to suck it up and wait for the 3-day MACD. You just don't know how long it's going to take. It could be a double bottom. If we get a double bottom, something like this right here, right, that's going to be beautiful, because we're going to get another pump. We might not even be dipping down to just about like a 0.02. So yeah, so yeah, but ether is almost at 0.618 target. So yeah, it is almost, it is not time to sell ether into BTC. It could be dropped. If BTC drops 10%, ether might as well just drop 10%. It means like ether BTC might not drop a lot. But if, you know, ether BTC decides to drop much lower, we got 0.786, which is just about a 0.02. But primary buy versus BTC going to be 0.023. Okay, that's a primary buy. Unless sucker basically I don't like, but in a bull market you don't want to see a wedge pattern. Also, not in fibs, right, but these wedge patterns, right, they tend to retrace 80% down. Okay, 80% to 100% down. Also, if you don't care about like fibs and patterns and all of that good stuff, you just suck it up, stay in BTC till sucker basically decides to retrace all the way down. That's also another possibility if you want to look at it that way. Let's check. I think we talked about OMG BTC already, right? Yeah, we talked about OMG BTC already. Link is 5% down on the day. Yeah, the same setup I just applied for BTC, for Ether BTC, right? That could be the same setup you could also apply for Link BTC. If you take a look at Link BTC, right? Swing low to swing high, right? What we did was like the move was pretty overextended from 382 up to basically, you know, not even 236, but like 0.786 right there of the previous move, right? I mean, of the reversal, okay? As you can see, 786 right now. If bears decides to, they decide to break $7, okay, which is like double bottom at 382, next level going to be $5, okay? As we just said it right here, just based on fibs, okay, just based on fibs. And that could be a complex correction. Don't want to get into it, but you could be looking for a WXY correction. That's your W, X, and then you're going to be looking for a Y correction, right? Or you could even call it an ABC correction. Doesn't matter if you understand what you're doing, right? It does matter, but you got your 5 wave. You're going to count. That could be 3-way move up correctively, right? And you're going to get this 5 wave impulse down, okay? It's going to be very choppy trying to count this, but you just call it ABC, you know it is corrective, and you walk away. Don't try to count all the wave in between. These waves, they just give you direction. It's not like you count it wrong, and you're going to go to, you know, you're going to go to you know, you're gonna get doom or anything. If you understand, you know, the move is corrective, right? That's the most important. And we could get 1, 2. This is gonna be fourth wave right here, and then 5th wave right there. Let's go back to King BTC. So let's take a look at NEO. NEO is moving in a parallel channel. Right, it had a channel also right here, right there, and as you can see, like we just broke the channel, right? So remember when we were talking about NEO 12.5, 12.3, why were we basically paying attention to that area? That time NEO was like, that was back in October, NEO was like $18, okay? NEO was at $18. So, and you can see like we just hit what, 382 pullback. Just hit 382 pullback, 50% pullback going to be right there. So NEO is still a, you know, a buy at 382, right? At $12. Next buy order $10, and 0.618 going to be $8. Okay, so not sure if market going to do that, okay? But we're going to talk about it within the next 24-48 hours when market cool off, and we're gonna. So crypto is not in a bull market yet, you know, but we did get a 5x move from NEO, okay? But last pump NEO pump like from like what, like 16 cents to like what, 100x last bull market in 1 year, 100x. So like 16, 17 cents all the way up to like $170, $200. So, but macro wise, one thing I just don't like about the structure is like, I just don't like this move could be a possible W, X, and Y complex correction, okay? If we do not reverse, that could be a possible WXY correction. That's the same thing we've been anticipating from Ethereum, but you can see like Ethereum is overextended, okay? Just like NEO, but way overextended. Okay? but Neo was overextended to the downside, but not to the to the upside, right? So guys, if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes, don't forget to join our public Telegram group, link in the description, right? So if you find the content useful, just hit the thumbs up. Is Ether worth buying now? I mean, if you're expecting Ether to be in a bull market for the next 2 to 3 years, it's worth buying. But if you're short-term trading, I don't think you need to buy it now. You might wait a bit, right? But if you're buying like for a longer term time frame, yes, it is a buy. Okay, and just have to dollar cost average. It's not a financial advice, but if it dips, you just dollar cost average. But if you're buying for 2 to 3 years, you should not worry, right? Whether you buy Ether at 500, 600, or 300, you just dollar cost average, because it basically is going to like a 10K, and even if Ether going to stay at a 0.03, 0.02, 0.04 BTC, you think about it, guys. So that's like $3,000-4,000, right? So let's see what we're gonna get from Ether. This is very, very important. We already talked about Link USD, buddy. Let's go back. So to me, best thing to do is like either buy the dip, wait for alt season, but accumulate the dip, because they're not going to drop forever. What happened back in September, late September. What happened late July. Okay, we got those big dump. What happened next? We did buy AGI, Loom, and all of that good stuff after that big dump. So all right. So sorry guys, my computer shut off, so I had to restart it. It got freeze, it was freezing, so got to restarted it. Let's do this. So let's go ahead and check Link at last, and then we're gonna call it a day, actually, right? So just to go back to Link, somebody asked about Link. So we could be finding a temporary support just about like $7. So keep an eye on Link, $8 to $7. Okay, next stronger buy area going to be just about 5.2, right? Over the next few trading session. Not sure if sucker could be capitulating all the way down. The thing is, the move for Link, as I said earlier, like the move is corrective, right? So the next move, you're expecting it to be impulse, right? So could be impulse, even one-to-one extension of the previous move. That's log scale. And when you're doing, by the way, if you're doing like using your arrows, right? Let's say you're doing from swing high to swing low, and you're expecting a one-to-one extension of this this move, right? Swing high, swing low. You want to do it like that. Don't do it on log scale. if you do it on log scale, it's going to take you down to 0. So what you need to do is like right click on your log scale right here at the bottom, toggle, right, and remove it. So that's going to be linear scale, right? If you do that, you're going to get this and you're going to get that. So you see, even if you take it back, I mean switch it back to log scale, it's going to say you're going to 0. So based on linear scale, that's like that's pretty big on linear scale too, right? This move on linear scale, that's pretty big. That's like going down to $3. Okay, if you want to do one-to-one from the breakout, that's not good. Okay, but that's not a, that might not, it might not play out like that, right? So, and on linear scale we already hit 0.618, but if you switch it on log scale, it's only 382. You see what I'm saying? So it is very, very important to know how to basically use your Fibonacci's. Otherwise, if you just use linear scale, you might be like, okay, we're going to the moon, right? But sucker might not let you do that, because sucker might be retracing lower on a log scale, which is 50% pullback. You see what I'm saying? So just something to keep in mind. Let me see the chat room. Let's do this. I can see the chat room. Let me do this. BTC, check BTC. I mean, basically nothing going on. You just have to wait. As I said, go ahead and watch my recent update regarding my video, right? Go ahead and watch it so you understand what I'm saying, okay? It needs to break below the 6-hour 21 EMA, right? I said it over 24 hours ago, right? It needs to break above 23,950 for a bullish pattern. Possible pump to like above 24, right? 25, and it needs to break below 21 EMA right there on a 6-hour to 8-hour basis. Current 6-hour candle gonna close in an hour, right? But what you need to do is like you switch to your 8-hour, okay? Because it's gonna take another 6. If you want to wait for the next 6 hour, it might break like to the downside and even drop all the way down to 20k, and you're still going to be waiting for a candle to close, right? You don't do that. You switch automatically. Once the 6-hour closes, you flip to a 8-hour and wait, okay? If 8-hour, because you're going to get 2 extra hours. This candle got like 3 hours to go, okay? 3 hours, and you're going to be waiting for it to close, right? Otherwise, you don't want to wait for the next 6 hours, because you're going to be waiting 6 more hours, right? So if it closes below it, bang, okay, right there. And a possible channel also we could be creating over the next like a few trading session is like we could be in a channel right here, Remember guys, I said it when BTC was right here. What we said, we could be in a channel right here, okay, right there. Remember, we said it's going to be something like that, or it could be on a linear scale. On a linear scale, it could be something like that, right? But we didn't know how high it's going to go. So same thing, okay? Sucker could easily create a newer parallel channel, something like that, okay? Something like that. All right, where we're gonna bounce right here, so you have to put a stop loss, okay? Have to, as not it drop like 4%, 5%, just put a stop loss just in case the structure changes and we have to reevaluate it, and it probably do something like this and bang, oh bang, right? Either one, okay? Do like this also, it could be like that also, right? But we're gonna discuss it later on. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'm watching AVE BTC, even though AVE USD could bounce back up, but AVE BTC is the most important. That's the pattern I'm watching right there. For some reason, sucker was very bullish also. You can see like the flat correction pattern I just showed you. I was like, okay, these suckers love to do this and do that. That's what I'm expecting. But in order for us to get the bullish momentum, we need to close above the 6-hour 21 EMA. That's what I was waiting for last night. I was ready to go bull on this one, but we could not get the close above the 6-hour 21. Okay, and we're losing the divergence right now, so okay, we're losing the divergence, but still the structure is still there, okay, versus BTC. All right, keep an eye on AVE for a possible 55, 54 range, okay, 0054 range. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching, man. Don't forget to hit the likes and join our public Telegram group. Make sure to hit the notification so you can get all my updates. And if you haven't done so, make sure to go ahead and do it, right?